Bag coming down. Ooh. Oh. What's up, guys? Welcome to a balcony episode. Public service announcement. You guys know I love tea, and normally I have my hot tea, but it's like 100 degrees outside, and this is cold, and this is like my favorite drink. I used to drink this all the time when I was in the Navy, and we found it at Walmart recently, huh? That's crazy. So it's Ito-en. It's like the most popular Japanese tea, and I found it at Walmart. Like, what? I also ordered a crap ton of it off Amazon, like by big boxes of it, so it's gonna be with me for a long time. That was a long tea intro that you probably didn't care about. Welcome to my channel. So today I have a giant bag full of stuff, and I figured we would go over it because there is one question that I consistently get. It's actually like a group of questions that I consistently get on my YouTube channel since I started doing phone stuff and moment stuff, and that is, what filter do I get? What moment filter do I get? Or what attachments do I need? Or what filter fits on this phone? Or what filter fits on this lens? Moment has been stepping it up lately. And oh, by the way, this isn't sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. They did send me a couple of these filters. We're gonna get into that, but I bought a lot of this stuff myself. You guys know, if you follow my channel, you know I've been a big user and proponent of Moment gear for a long time, and they're branching out. And anyways, so they sent me a couple of things that I was missing because I told them I wanted to do a video like this because I just got really distracted and I'm totally confused now. But basically the gist was, there's a lot of Moment filters out there, and there's a lot of different ways to attach them to a lot of different things. And yeah, that's where I was going. Over the last 6 months, Moment has stepped it up, and they've made a lot of different sizes, types, adapters, lenses, all kinds of stuff. So today we're gonna go over all of that, and this isn't gonna be a like, what is this filter for and how do you use it and a bunch of stuff like that, because I have plenty of those videos. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more stuff like that. This is gonna be an all-inclusive guide showing you how all the different combos of filters work. So I basically filled this bag full of Moment stuff, except for my camera, one of my cameras. So we'll get to that in a minute, because Moment is a lot more than just phone lenses now, and I think that is really cool that they're branching out, and I totally support that. So let's get all of this stuff out. I'm not very organized, but that's okay. Okay, we're just gonna, all right, there we go. There's another phone. What phone is that? Oh, that's my Note 10. All right. There's a drone. Oh, we put that over there. Oh, one more. Is that it? Okay. That's different. All right. Okay, let's get organized. So let's start from the beginning, and let's assume that you have a phone oh, I got a phone right here. Never mind. That's my phone. So let's assume that you have a phone and you want to start taking some pictures like this. So traditionally speaking, Moment makes cases like this one. They are very nice cases. They didn't used to be. I will say that right now. Their cases are much better than they used to be, especially with this S20 case of theirs, my S20 Ultra. Yeah, let me see that. Just give me the phone. I don't care. So this is my S20 case, my S20 Ultra. It's amazing. I love it. Everything about it. This is Brittany's. What is this phone, Brittany? The S10 Plus case, and this stuff is like, I don't know what they decided to do with this was a horrible idea, but that's over time, that's frayed. It didn't do it on my Note 10, even though it's made of that stuff. And then on my son's Pixel 3, it did it even worse than this. Anyways, I digress. This case is amazing. I don't know about their iPhone cases, but I love this S20 Ultra case. So yeah, case, and they do more than just protect your phone in this case because they're Moment. So they have the nice little lens mounty things, which are very handy. And that used to be what was the biggest limiting factor in Moment system, was the fact that you had to have a case. And that is, they have gotten more cases now, but that is not the situation any longer. I'm tired of saying case a lot. So now they have this. So let's start from the beginning. This is going to be a really long video if you haven't figured that out. If you stay with me for the whole thing, I love you, and there will be a giveaway at the end of this. All right, so let's pretend that you don't have a case and you just have a phone, or you don't have a case that Moment has, or you don't want to buy a case. There's a lot of situations where cases are not an option. So Moment has this now. This is their new lens and filter adapter, and it is universal. So it has this nice little slidey bit here, and it comes with some extra slidey bits. And basically, this is my Note 10 Plus. So I am just going to slide this on. So what I like about this that they were really smart about is this is padded on this push side, because that's the side that's going to have to go on your screen. So we're going to put that over and get it tightened down. I'll do it upside down so we can see. And put it over one of our lenses there. This isn't the most secure thing in the world, but it's on there. So you can slide this over depending on where you want it. You can orient it from the top, I think. You can orient it from the side, however you want to do that, wherever your lenses are. And then we can just grab one of their lenses and pop it in, and there it is. So that is the first scenario. And this is a filter video. That is not lens. This is not necessarily about their lenses. We will get into the lenses a little bit, but let's look at the first thing here. The first Moment filter is, wow, that's dirty. They don't have a cap for this. At least I don't have a cap for it. Is this guy. And these are their little 37mm filters, which are absolutely adorable. So that's these guys right here. And then this is their little adapter. So we're gonna put this on here. This is an ND64 that I have. So this has their universal adapter mount, and then we're just going to mount it right there. So now we have a filter on our phone with no Moment case, no Moment lens, just the phone lens and the phone and a filter. So that is very handy. All right, option number 2 is with a Moment case. Oh yeah, well, you can take that filter if you have the Moment case, obviously, and you can throw it straight onto your case. That is definitely a great solid way to go. Super easy. So we'll move on. All right, so option number 2, scenario number 2 is, let's say you have your Moment lens. Let's say I've got a 18mm wide here. It's probably my most used Moment lens for a lot of different reasons. So I made a review about that. You can check it out if you want. So I've got my case, my lens. Option number 2 is the filter mount. First filter mount we have is the 62mm filter mount. It's very important that you don't get these numbers mixed up, because there are a lot of numbers moving forward. 62mm is this guy right here, and what it has is this little rubber grommet that fits into it just like so, and that little rubber grommet will slide right over the lens just like that. So now we have the lens, the filter holder. What filter do we put on there? Remember when I said this is 62mm. So the cool thing about 62mm is that is a standard DSLR size. So now we can get any standard 62mm thread filter, and it just so happens that Moment have made their own, of course. So this guy here is their 62mm variable ND filter. So this is definitely more of a videographer's filter, but it can be used for photography too. And that just screws right in there just like that. So now I have what appears to be a very gigantic setup, and I can now do proper video with my variable ND filter based on the light that I need, and I can do slow shutter speed photography and all of that good stuff with my Moment lenses in pro mode. So that's a huge thing. Is a lot of people, I'm going to digress for just a second, is a lot of people say, like, with all these new lenses, why do you need Moment lenses? Well, I can't answer that for everybody, but I can tell you why I still enjoy Moment lenses and that kind of stuff. Is because on the Samsung phones, their pro mode does not allow you to use the ultra wide and the telephoto lenses. It only allows you to use the main lens. And for photography and for videography, that's not cool. I really enjoy having more fields of view, more focal lengths, more angles, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's why this stuff is still relevant to me, and probably a good portion of you guys too. All right, so while we have this on here, let's go ahead and show you one more thing. So that was the 62mm. Another thing we can do with the 62mm mount is we can get one of these guys, and that is called a step-up ring. So I have this step-up ring is from 62mm to 82mm. And that sounds ridiculous. If that sounds ridiculous, that's because it kind of is ridiculous. Nevertheless, I have it. So what that allows me to do is use the filters from this guy. So this is my regular camera, and this is my 24-70, and it's 82mm. So most of my lenses for the camera that I'm filming on now, and for that camera and all my other cameras, most of my filters are 82mm, and I get the biggest that I can, and then I just use step down rings or step up rings for every other thing. That way I don't have to buy a bunch of different filter sizes. And that can pay off if you want to switch between your DSLR mirrorless cameras and your phone. So we can do the same thing. Is now I have this step up ring, and I can just throw this ginormous, super ridiculous 82mm of Moment variable ND filter goodness on my lens. All right, so this is one part where I kind of messed up potentially. So the next thing, let's say you have the phone, but you don't have a case, or you have a different case again, and you don't have the little filters, or you don't want the little filters, or for whatever reason you have your own DSLR filters or mirrorless filters, whatever, big boy filters. Then Moment now has this guy, and this is the 67mm filter adapter. And that's where I messed up, because when I was buying filters, and then when I was in the process of them sending me filters, I forgot to say that I needed a 67mm filter of some kind. So I don't have that. All I have is a 62 and a 77 and an 82. Suffice it to say, this works the exact same way. So you got that nice ginormous square bit there, so we can slide it over. So we've got that all squared up. However your phone is set up, same deal. Tighten it down nice and tight. This is where you can do what I just did with the other setup, and you can put the step up ring on there, or you can just get a straight up 67mm filter in any of the Moment filters, or in any other brand of filter that you want, and it mounts right there. And we're just going to pretend that that's a 67mm, and it fits and it's pretty. So we're going to use our imagination hats, and everything is going to be good. So that is the situation if you don't have their case, and you don't have their lenses, and you don't have any of that other stuff. you can just opt to get this 67mm filter adapter by itself and use it with any filters 67 or larger. You have to get your own step-up rings though. I don't think Moment has step-up ring. Maybe they have one or two, but I don't think they offer a full suite of step-up or step-down rings. I know they have one or two, but like this one, this cheapo plastic one here, it's not plastic, it's a really thin metal. I think I ordered this off of Amazon for like $4 or something, or even less. I don't know, it was stupid cheap. Point is, step-up rings, this adapter, any of these filters, like different sizes, and you're good to go if you just want filters and the phone lenses. Okay, let's talk about a couple caveats real quick. First thing is, this is the Moment 14mm super wide. It does not have an option for filters. So if you want this lens, you are going to have to know that you cannot put anything over it, because this, their little 62mm adapter, they do not have a grommet that fits over this, and it is too wide that even if you had the 62mm on here hanging like that, you would see the edges of your filter, and it would be like super ridiculous, horrible vignette. So if you have the super wide, no filters for you. That's the only downside. I'm pretty sure that I heard or saw Moment say somewhere, somehow, that they're working on that. Whether or not that's going to come to fruition, I don't know yet, as of the time of filming. So I would stick to their 18mm and their 58mm tele and their anamorphic. So that's the other caveat, is if you have the anamorphic, you need this grommet adapter thingy for, I am so disorganized here, for this right here. So you just switch that out and then you slide this in, and it has now the appropriate square groove to fit over your anamorphic lens, and that will give you all of the beautiful flaring happiness that you'll ever want. And then of course the last thing is, like I said before, if you have a regular camera, Moment now makes lenses for you too. So I have these guys here and they fit perfectly. So now I have a nice variable ND filter for my DSLR and or mirrorless camera. Oh yeah, oh, last thing, drones. So this is the Mavic Pro 2, no, the Mavic 2 Pro, however you want to say that. Pretty sure it's 2 Pro. And this is their little Hasselblad lens, and Moment makes these adorable little filters, just like that. So they have a whole set here that I bought. I bought these when I bought the drone. These are, oh, that's the one I want. These are the 16 stop ND filter, the circular polarizer, 64 ND filter, and then I just got the variable ND filter 2 to 5 stop. So I'm gonna throw that on there, and I'll probably actually leave this one. I've been meaning to do that, but I haven't flown my drone in a little bit because it's been super windy and forest fiery, and just haven't been able to fly a drone recently. So there is the variable ND filter for the drone, and it has this tiny, super tiny little turny bit here, and we can adjust that, and I'll probably leave it on 4 stop. I like how it has the little dot there. Of course, when you turn that and you have ginormous fingers, you get fingerprints. There we go. And then that just clips on there, and now your drone has a filter, and a variable ND filter at that. All right, I told you that was going to be a long video, but I am tempted to say that I'm done talking about that. I think that is every single way that we can mount a Moment filter to a phone or a camera or a drone. Phones, cameras, and drones. So, like I said, you guys ask me a lot of questions all the time about these filters and what you need and all of that stuff. So I really hope that this video has given you a more in-depth look at all the different options so that you can figure out what you have, what you need, what you want, and what's going to work best with your style of visual creation, whether it's on a phone, a camera, or a drone. But if I didn't go over everything and you still have more questions, then you can leave those in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. I should have all the links for all of this stuff down below as well. So feel free to check those out, browse around, and see what you need, what you want. All right, now I'm really done. Let's talk about the giveaway real quick. I am going to give away this filter right here. So this is brand new. I've never used it except for this time right now when I just opened it up. If it has a dust spot on it, that's from right now. I'll clean it. But I don't need this. There's a bunch of stuff that I have that I don't need that is brand new that I will be giving away in future videos. So if you like other giveaways and possibly like lenses like anamorphics or wide angles, then stick around because I might have something for you coming up pretty soon. But for this giveaway, we are going to be giving away this 62 millimeter filter. That's very important to note because this is the one that is going to mount to this guy on your lenses like I showed you here. Also, what's important to note is that this, if you have a 62 millimeter lens, which you may or may not have, I don't have, but if you do, then you can use this filter for your DSLR stuff or mirrorless stuff, as long as you have 62 millimeter lens. So if you want to win this filter for the giveaway, then go over to my Instagram and find this image here and comment on it, and make sure you follow and tag a friend in the comments of that post. So follow me on Instagram at LightbendersVisuals, find this post, this image here, comment on it, tag a friend, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I will pick a comment from that post on Instagram and I will DM you through Instagram. So please make sure you have a legit Instagram and you're not a spamming robot. If you are, shame on you. And I will get you this brand new filter. All right, I'm done. What you don't know is that my leg is completely numb. It is completely gone. And also, that was like the longest I've gone without drinking any tea. And I just kept staring at it at the side. And it made me very sad. But now I'm happy, except my leg is numb. So we're gonna wrap it up here. If you haven't already, definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got new videos every week. Hit that like button if this video helped you out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, here we go. Total, oh my God. I can't. Ah. Here we go. I can't feel it at all. You can